to secure the top draft pick. Just basically lose to finish with the worst record. But it still, in my eyes, just create an atmosphere now for more teams just to have a losing season, just to get that young talent, pool of talent that's coming out. It is interesting because I'm basing this topic, is the NBA draft necessary, off an article by Kevin Clark of the Wall Street Journal on June the 1st of 2012. And he asked, does the NBA really need a draft? So basically I'm asking the same question, just in a different format. Is the NBA draft necessary? Now, according to Kevin Clark's article, Joe Price, an assistant professor of economics at Brigham Young University, who co-wrote a study on the competitiveness of NBA teams, said the league's draft creates a huge incentive to lose. I certainly agree with that. Today, the worst team in the league has only a 25% chance to get the first pick. Now, to me, this is me talking, what kind of formula is that? You know, the worst team in the league has only a 25% chance to get the first pick. Man, the Washington Redskins would be rolling over now if they couldn't have got their first, the second pick. The Colts would be out of their minds right now if the NFL had a lottery in place like the NBA. They would both be rolling. Be a lot of jobs lost if those two teams wouldn't have got the number 1, 2 picks respectively in the NFL draft this year. Now, in the case of this year's draw, the Hornets were the winners, even though they didn't have the league's worst record. We all know the Bobcats have that. Those of us here in North Carolina certainly are aware that the Bobcats had the worst record in the NBA this past season. Even so, just having a small chance to get the top pick can be a huge distraction for NBA teams. Now, I love Kevin Clark's view on this because he said, shouldn't the NBA just eliminate the draft and allow everyone to enter the league as a free agent? I like that, and we're going to go more into that next week. I totally agree with that. Shouldn't the NBA just eliminate the draft and allow everyone to enter the league as a free agent? I certainly agree. Besides, there's only 2 rounds to the NBA draft. Teams already have to operate under a salary cap, so it will be impossible for wealthy owners in a big market such as New York, LA, Miami to hoard all the expensive talent. And once again, it would be impossible to hoard all the expensive talent. High drafts, just imagine Carmelo Anthony. We wouldn't have had a situation in Denver. You think Carmelo wanted to be drafted by Denver? Let's put it on a scale. Denver, or I have a chance to go to New York, go to Miami, go to LA. I mean, honestly, LeBron, even though he's from Akron, you think he wanted to go play for the Cleveland Cavaliers? He had no choice. They won the rights for the number 1 pick. The fans of Cleveland were ecstatic until he jumped ship, but I don't think he was necessarily ecstatic. So next week we're going to get into more into that. Is the NBA draft necessary? And when I come back from this brief break, we're going to go over BabethomHerman's top 5 TV dads of all time. So please continue to sit back and enjoy your early morning coffee with BabethomHerman.
A natural skincare studio. Now your new neighborhood skincare studio. Professional, friendly, relaxing, personalized attention. Now offering facials, natural manicures, pedicures, and waxing. Come check us out at 711 Iredell Street, Suite 3A, Durham, North Carolina, 27707. Give us a call at 919-416-1490 or check us out on our website at www.misseajbeauty.com.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back.
Oh, yeah, man, how you doing? You good? I know you like that. I know you like that. How long you been back, man? I see the girls in the club, they're getting wild for me. And all the pretty chicks all want to smile at me. These rap cats.
And once again, that's a natural skincare studio located in Durham, North Carolina. So pick up your phone and give Eugene a call and schedule your appointment. Now we're going to the BabethomHerman's top 5 TV dads of all time. Now we're going to start at number 5. That's right, Andy Griffith. We all know that Andy Griffith played Andrew Taylor, son Opie, was a great man. A lot of people would say, well, why Andy Griffith? He had help from Aunt B raising this kid. But I gave him a few points for being a single dad and putting up with friends like Barney Fife and Gomer Pyle. he was not only a great dad, but had to be a heck of a friend to befriend Barney Fife and Gomer Powell. You know, Barney the sheriff and Gomer sometimes the deputy sheriff as well. Barney, of course, played that role. I said sheriff, but a deputy sheriff. Andy was a sheriff. Number 4.
Drum roll, please.
That's right. Number 4 goes to James Evans, played by John Amos. Now, this show, of course, was created by Michael Evans, who played the original Lionel on the Jeffersons. Now, we all know that James was the dad to Michael, JJ, and, oh yes, Delma. Evans, of course, I'm talking about Michael Evans, the creator, died in 2006 and was a native of Salisbury, North Carolina. But James, you know, he played that hardcore role as that tough dad. He gave that tough love, sort of like Andy gave, you know, a lot of love to Opie, just not as hard. You know, in the 60s, they wouldn't have they would have tolerated a little more than now. But he wasn't as hard on Opie as James was on Michael, JJ, and, of course, Delmar. Number 3.
Drum roll, please.
Number 3 goes to, that's right, Philip Drummond. Philip Drummond, played by Conrad Bank. Now, we all know that he adopted Arnold and Willis into his family, which he already had his daughter, Kimberly. Now, Philip, in my eyes, was a great dad. He later on adopted him. What made it unique, he was a white male adopting 2 black kids, 2 African-American kids, rather, into his family, which already, like I stated, included Kimberly. But, if we were talking real life, he would have had some legal bills to pay because, you know, I have loves and rest in peace, Dana Plato, and rest in peace to Gary Coleman. Boy, but I tell you, between him and, they stayed in some trouble after they got off that show. You know, those 2 and including Todd Bridges. So Daddy would have definitely need to have used a few of those, a million probably, to keep them out of trouble.
Now, I do have an honorable mention, and that goes to Denver Powell, who played Uncle Jesse on The Dukes of Hazzard. You may be asking, why did I choose him? I think that also was a unique situation, although Bo and Luke Duke and Daisy were grown at the time, but he raised them, his nephews, Bo and Luke Duke, of course, with that Daisy Duke. Now, don't get it wrong. Let's keep it straight. I didn't appreciate that General Lee because I don't and didn't like that Confederate flag, but Daisy Duke that carries a lot of weight. And the fathers, the guys, you know what I'm talking about, definitely. I was certainly digging those Daisy Dukes. Wait a minute, what did you say? Oh, Roscoe Pico Train had to get a word in.
Number 2 goes to, oh my goodness, we all know. Now, you all are very much going to be surprised who number 1 is, because I'm sure most of you all thought, what are you saying? Surprise! Oh, most of you thought that The Cosby Show would be number 1 with Bill Cosby. Now, Bill was, of course, the dad to Theo, Rudy, Denise, Vanessa, and Sandra. Now, anybody remember the first year? I don't even remember Sandra anywhere in the picture. He had 4 kids, but season 2, he had a grown adult age kid, in college age kid rather, in school. Now, what TV can do for you? TV can do a lot for you. The creativity of it in the home just was totally different as well, but that's a different story. The number 2 dad goes to Heathcliff Huxtable, played by Bill Cosby, and he deserves that role. He played a great dad to Theo, Rudy, Denise, Vanessa, and Sandra once again, who just came out of nowhere. She must have been the child the stork just brought over to that front door. But once again, the number 2 dad of all time goes to Heathcliff Huxtable, played by Bill Cosby. Now my number 1 pick of all times, my top 5 TV dads of all time.
Drum roll, please.
Goes to Bernie McCullough, played by Bernie Mac. Of course, for the Bernie Mac Show. We know he played the role. This was a unique situation, almost like Philip Drummond, except Bernie played the role as a father to 2 nieces and 1 nephew, Vanessa. Brianna, of course, was baby girl, and, of course, Jordan. Now, Bernie Mac was like the typical dad that would get frustrated at the kid, and he may or may not say what he wanted to say, but in the show was so unique, he would say it to the viewer. And, I just thought it was so unique, a unique concept, the way he did it, the way he would just come off the script and him just one-on-one talking to us, the viewer. And, he tried to make Jordan man up in certain situations, and Vanessa, it was hard for them because he raised them, of course, from his sister who had issues with drugs. So this year's top TV5 TV dad of all time goes to Bernie McCullough, played by the late Bernie Mac. Well, unfortunately, my time is up, and I would like to take this opportunity to wish each and every father a happy Father's Day. And I also like to wish those who are in the role, such as a Bernie McCullough and such as a Philip Drummond, a happy Father's Day as well. So please continue to enjoy your early morning coffee and enjoy the rest of your weekend.
You have been listening to the BabethomHerman Show with Herman Thomas. Please feel free to tune in each and every Saturday morning at 7:30 a.m. on Power WAUG and on Power750.com. Also, you can listen to today's broadcast and previous broadcasts on YouTube channel BabethomHerman.